Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Tropics update. We're going to be taking a look at 19L, which is now tropical depression, as well as a couple other invest areas that are in the Atlantic and one in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm here with Tyler Smith. We are doing a live discussion. This is actually our first little duo discussion here. We're going to test it out and just look at the tropics. So, starting out, we have, of course, 19L, which is a little bit west and south of the tip of Florida. We'll take a look at models here shortly, as well as a 90% chance of cyclone formation within the next 5 days in the Atlantic, and also a 40% that is north of that area in the 5 days. So, as well as a Gulf of Mexico invest area of 30% chance in the 5 days. We also have Polite and Renee, but they look to be pretty much not doing any land impacts anytime soon. Um, so, as some of you probably already know and everything, school is super busy, especially it just started a couple weeks ago for me, and I have not been doing many tropics updates, but tropics have continued to been active, but not any land impacts until about now. So we'll go ahead and take a look at tropical tidbits here. And starting off, Tyler, what do you think about the Depression 19 potential from what you have noted?
Well, right now I noticed the location of where 19L is and the forecast going. Earlier today, the forecast showed models pointing it all the way up the Florida coast and just riding it all the way around. Of course, if it does that, it's just going to be totally torn apart. While other models show it going all the way to like Louisiana and missing the Florida Panhandle. It's a wide area right now that we're watching, and of course they've already given out percent like chances of tropical winds, but as
Yeah,
of now
so
it's
the impacts look to be right now uh, basically just all the East Coast areas of Florida, Mississippi, New Orleans, and of course Alabama, just in that little area where you see my mouse is. But of course, things are subject to change, most definitely. We could see pretty much anything from this not forming at all and remaining a tropical depression to maybe even anything a little bit higher than Category 1. Definitely wouldn't even be talking about major hurricane right now. Probably not at all, but we will see. You can look here at our latest track cone on Depression 19. It has nothing more expected than a tropical storm, but it puts it making landfall in about the New Orleans or Mississippi River area. We can look here at our track guidance that has most models going into New Orleans once again, and just that one little outlier that sends it into about Panama City area, and then the other outlier that puts it into Texas. Uh, the GFS and symbols, they've been a little bit crazy. It has actually a bunch of them going into Texas as well, but we still have the ones going into uh, New Orleans right here. But um, actually, we got the intensity track. I forgot about that. We have now two models, maybe three if you want to count. What is that? The icon, or I can't see it. It's kind of jumbled up behind the other one. But if you want to count three, we have three Cat One models in the intensity guidance thing here. Look back at the GEFS parallel ones are not out right now for this hour. Let's look at the actually, yeah, they're not for this hour. We'll take a look at that in the next thing we do. And actually, if you look at the satellite, very well convection throughout this whole thing. It's a little bit separated, but I would see
you
this
can
more eastern part of it becoming the main area of circulation, of course, but who knows? Things can shift throughout the system. So we'll look at our forecast models. Tyler, feel free to chip in here, say something about the
Yeah,
models that you
I
looked at.
have actually satellite up, and I just wanted. This isn't necessarily about 19L, but it's something like below it that I wanted to show on the satellite picture. There's something out there that hasn't been really highlighted yet.
Can you put it up on
I
your screen?
I believe my camera's on.
Okay. Yeah, you can see. Let me
You can
make
see
sure that's
right here.
displaying. If you could wait 1 second here. Forgot to add the Hangouts video call window capture. So,
Okay.
add source and okay, now we should be able to see it up on the screen here. Point at to
Okay.
what you were talking about.
So right here you can see a little bit of something with circulation. Now the convection on this little spiral, wherever it is I mean, was there, but it's now diminished. I just want to point it out. Also, the convection around 19, depression 19, you can see that it was all sort of to the northeast of the circulation. Now it's sort of transitioning to the uh, southwest. I
Yeah,
had
I
to think
can
about
see
that.
a little south movement going on there. It's kind of this convection's growing down south a little bit, so this
Yeah,
may impact the how far west this will go. But at the same time, we could get a sharper hook up to the north. Um,
yeah, and I'm just wondering if that will do anything with potential intensification if it shoots this little gap right here between Florida and the.
yep. So as far as satellite goes, it gives us a little bit of indications within the change of this thing. Uh, so we'll see in the next updates what this thing is starting to do. It looks really organized actually right now.
Yeah,
As far as
it's really looking organized now. It's starting to try to get convection
I
around
mean,
the
honestly, it
center.
looks like a weak tropical storm right now. As far as
Yeah, it
it's a
definitely
bit.
does. It's just when I saw the only concern I have is because I my experience of watching Laura, it came into the Gulf being forecasted as a Category 1, ended up being like high end Category 4. It's just
Yeah,
things
we're
entering
getting
in the
really at the
Gulf.
point
It's entering
where
into
our
some.
forecasts are like they are they starting off very underrated and now they're going overrated. So you know,
You got to think. I mean, because of COVID, you don't have really much. You don't have as much maintenance on. I mean, servers running models and such. You had to think, okay, well, let's look at weather buoys. They're probably mostly going off of weather buoys right now, just because of how inconsistent models have been. Now we have had some consistency, but there's been a lot of like not that much consistency until like these storms get like right into the Gulf. It's
yeah,
like when
it's
they enter,
our
that's when they.
models become very precise about 24 hours out. That's been about the
Yeah,
trend recently. So
yeah.
maybe even under that, but uh,
Now I had something else I want to show. This is by the NWS. It just highlights areas with potential for like the wind potential. As of now, you can see by this map, this is all made by the like NWS CWAs. So as you can see, New Orleans doesn't have one, but an NWS Mobile and I think Tallahassee, I think they both have one. And you can see it. There's a big yellow. big yellow highlighted area showing potential for wind 39 to 57 miles per hour with looks like Fort Morgan, Dauphin Island, and a thin line of potential for wind up to almost hurricane force. Of course, this is so far out. I mean, this is probably this could go away to completely, or the threat could increase.
So yeah, as of now, our hyper local impacts are very minimal as far as wind damage will go. Rainfall looks to be definitely on the higher side. But we're gonna go ahead and get into our models now, starting with the GFS like always. We don't have to use the big sector view now because uh, this system happens to be very close. By the way, Tropical Tidbits has fixed their very slow data loading issue, so it does it a little
I,
bit, but definitely faster now. So
it was weird. I've had GFS open earlier today, and like for some reason it highlighted Depression 19 like all the way over in Mexico for some reason. There
yeah,
like wasn't anything
it's
there.
been doing weird stuff. Okay, so here's the GFS model. You can see 19 right about here, and it moves and pretty much just kind of stalls out just south of the Mobile area. And then it looks to just pretty much go on like dissipate, go on land, and go into the jet stream after that, and then it shows something actually picking up that looks like I don't know the term of it, but it drops off the land and
Oh
then comes
wow.
back out into the Gulf and then does some weird crap and don't really
Is
know.
there? Do you trust in the HWRF? Is that I've had mixed feelings about that model.
I only like it because it hypes you up. That's
Oh, yeah,
what's
because I
up,
mean, if
Jaden.
you look at my camera, it's definitely hyping you up.
See, Euro is being lame once again, like it was for all the systems lately. Just shows it doing the same thing, kind of like GFS, just a little bit closer to the coast. It's kind of stalls out by Pensacola. Look at the CMC now. By the way, we're about 72 hours out on all these models. They're kind of pinpoint on that hour. Here's the CMC, just a really weak system. And again, like this is the
Oh,
third model already. It hovers just south of the Pensacola Mobile area, so nothing too
that's weird. The
exciting on
CMC is like CMC is not working for me.
it's loading up.
It's all over Mexico.
Okay, look at the nav gem. Nav gem doesn't look that strong either. This one has it cutting into Mobile and still doing the stalling thing and kind of just going over Louisiana, and then after that it wraps up into the jet stream. Icon, as far as the icon model, I don't really use it too much, but let's see what it has.
So right now, models tend to show that this has at least some sort of formation.
Yeah, but not
Now,
necessarily anything like.
intensity, winds, storm surge, that's just something that we can't really figure out right now. But I do believe that the rainfall, usually rainfall is going to be the first thing that, like, NWS will, or SPC or something, they'll highlight the flooding potential usually first because that's easier. It just shows, oh, I mean, precipitation is going to come with any tropical system.
Yeah, and that could be the biggest impacts in a situation like this, especially one that's stalling off just off the coast here, like pretty much all the models are showing. We're looking at the HWRF right now. It has been like I said, the biggest hype to this event, and pretty much all events. It usually hypes it up in the beginning, then it will go weak later. But right now, it shows it becoming a 970, about a 970 millibar system that wants to hover just on the coast um, of Pensacola, Dauphin Island, Mobile area, and then moves through Biloxi and then to the little portions of New Orleans here. Uh, very bad flooding scenario and storm surge scenario. It doesn't look like it weakens too much either as it's on the coast. So, uh, if the HWRF model here verifies, that is not a good situation at all. Look at
Yeah,
the
if
wind.
it does, then I probably would say this would be an Ivan. But of course, I mean, this is like just one
As
model.
far as where it came
Why were?
from, it's not an Ivan, but intensity
Yeah,
might be very similar.
yeah,
Highest knottage here that the HWRF model puts is about a 120 knots, but that highest wind area is not really doing any land impacts at the time, but it shows about 100 knots during landfall. So, not even during landfall, but just before landfall. Let's look
yeah.
at the HMON actually.
Hmon showed similar but weaker,
Right
I believe.
now, tracks is the biggest deal. HMON shows a giant wind field. I'll give you that.
Yeah, sort of. And
And it puts
Hmon
it
even
into
shows it
downwind.
hovering too. Yeah, it's like it loops around itself. It just takes a hard right turn. It looks like.
Yeah, it hovers in that area again. So that's pretty much all of our models here. You
Now, in
pretty much,
terms of impacts,
yeah. If you could pull
again,
up
rain.
anything that I'm missing, I know I
That's
am always missing something. If you,
now
yeah,
I
pull it.
had wind speed probabilities from the NHC. Of course, remember this is experimental. Uh, this is an experimental thing for uh, NHC to use, and they've only been. I think they've only been using it recently. But as you can see right here, this giant green area, they give a 5% chance, 5 to 10% chance. That this area includes the barrier islands of Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. Now, again, experimental. Take this. Don't take this as serious as like an official, like an actual. It's just don't take it as serious. But it shows like I think these barrier islands of Louisiana and Mississippi. I do not believe they're inhabited, but I do believe Dolphin Island and Fort Morgan, which are in that little hurricane risk zone, are inhabited. They do have a population, and of course, if we have time, I might even show a picture of what Dolphin Island, like what happened in Dolphin Island during Katrina, how it was cut in half. It's just Dolphin Island is such a flood prone area that even a simple squall line coming through will totally flood out the roads down there.
Yeah, so
Yeah, like
not good
uh,
situations here.
Tropical Storm Nate had actually wore down like a little bit of the beach, but Cristobal that we actually had earlier this year, you remember that too, Ace.
Yep.
Uh, when that came through, there was tens of thousands of dollars worth of beach damage and beach erosion down on Dolphin Island just from Tropical Storm Cristobal. Now, and because of this, there was a little hearing or something that NBC 15 did, or WKRG News 5. It was one of the local stations. They went down there, and the mayor of Dolphin Island actually said that they're prepared for another storm, some more flooding. They're prepared to happen, and he told the residents of Dolphin Island that just don't worry about this storm yet. If it comes to be, just please take the necessary precautions. That's basically all I had to say. And to be honest, that is true. Just don't really freak out yet. Just when it comes closer, and if they say take these precautions, please do take them. That's for your safety.
Yeah. So again, worrying about wind impacts is not that shouldn't be your top priority right now, no matter what. is looking at the pretty much coastal area of Louisiana all the way into Apalachicola area is going to be getting extremely heavy rainfall, and with this hovering system, even though it's weaker winds, we still may be getting um, storm surge that's comparable to hurricanes just because of how much it's going to hover over the area. Now, whether it's going to lose strength like that, we'll see. But just all depends on its location to the coast. Now, hurricanes tend to push away from the coast, so no matter uh, you know how strong the trough is, you still get that push onto land. But it usually, if there's not a strong trough, then it's going to come back off land, or just depending on where the high pressure systems are. But as of this, it looks like it's going to skirt the land and have a. I don't want to put it as worst case scenario, but not a good one. Hurricane Authority, it's okay. I was letting you know. So, thank you for joining in. By the way, if y'all guys are new, make sure to like and subscribe. And by the way, check out Tyler Smith's Twitter and YouTube channel. I'll display his Twitter up here right now, if I can get on it.
Also, everyone who is watching, I'm not sure if anyone is, we currently may do another discussion if the time allows. May do another discussion as this gets closer, because of course, I mean, as it progresses, the confidence will be increasing, and we will be able to probably do a better discussion of potential Sally.
Yeah. So as time goes on, things could be a little busy, but tomorrow I'll probably manage to get some type of update in. If it's just going to be like a really weak system and we can have a way to verify that, then that's just, I probably won't make an update video if it just weakens that much, or just make a super quick one.
I actually have something to say. Do you remember? I'm not sure, but you remember these systems out in the Atlantic, and how earlier today on Twitter they were saying like there's this weird like sonic boom looking thing, like outflow boundary or something coming off the storm.
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, well, I mean, you can sort of see it there. I'm not sure, it's sort of hard to see, but you can sort of see the same thing going on right here. I'm not sure if that means intensification or weakening, but you can actually see some of these thunderstorms on these islands right here actually are starting to get pushed off. This convection right here getting totally choked off. I just had to put that in. All right here getting choked off. And you can also see the convection starting to creep down.
That could be beginning to form itself a outflow. That might be a good sign. But
good sign of intensification or weakening?
Yeah, it could be a good sign of intensification here, because if it's getting choked out. Wait, which area of it? Like,
it's hold on. If you look closely, like right here on these islands, you see just that little bit of convection just getting choked off. And you can also see some of them getting choked off right here too.
That might be trying to form itself a inflow there and localize convection up a little more. So
the only thing that I see is looks like shear in the back.
That's up there way north of that. I think as it gets a little close to that jet stream, there's a lot of shear, but I think that's just it fanning out in the upper levels. I don't really think that's affecting the center of circulation very much there.
Yeah, and as of now, if y'all are on the Gulf Coast or in the area that we are covering at the moment, there is another system, not not nearly as potent or chance of forming yet, but it's located somewhere around here. You can sort of see the circulation, but all that convection is getting from this system is just getting launched towards our area. I mean, if you're in the local area, you're probably going to be experiencing a few downpours. But that's the only thing that's really going on tonight. Now, if again, just please do not worry about the storm. We will have another update tomorrow if the time allows.
Yeah. So again, I mean, if you want to, we could. I don't think there's really too much going on with that 30% there in the Gulf, but there's not too much to discuss on that really right now. I don't think. Uh,
Yeah, and there aren't really any models showing anything with that system. It's just mostly rain. I mean, it still has a chance of developing. It's just we're not really going to worry about that right now. But of course, now, do you want to discuss the little area off in the Atlantic that has that like 80%
the
chance of
90.
developing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 90.
If you could pull up models, if it's easy, then that would be
Let me see.
helpful. Are you able to do that? Let's see. So, Hurricane Authority said, "What happened to this AM with Polite was cool and very similar. The strong outflow caused enough sinking air to collapse the low cirrus clouds and looked really cool." Yeah, where it had that little dissipation right there. That was pretty neat.
Also, everyone, you may potentially see a collab on chasing with this ace guy.
Yeah. So expect
uh,
more videos to be out. Don't know if it's
Play
gonna
West.
be with Tyler or not, but
Oh, okay.
I just I'm probably gonna end up making a video no matter what happens. So uh, I don't
Yeah, that
think
it doesn't.
many models are doing too much for 90 or then 90%, is it? Going out to
I
sea,
don't
huh?
really see it. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is. Not like most of them.
I
So
don't think
I think now they're all going sort of in a spinning pattern. Yeah, I
Hurricane
mean, if something
uh,
changes.
Hurricane Authority made a good point. The stronger the storm is, the more likely it's gonna force its way into the weak high pressure to its north. So holding off its strength might be a good thing for now.
Yeah,
As from a storm chaser's point of view, yes, we want it to hit, but at the same time, we don't want catastrophic
yeah,
damage. If it was that
yeah, definitely not.
magic, is that about
If
it?
we
You
get
think?
best case scenario is that if we do chase, it's like we are intercepting it in some area that like very low population beach area.
Yeah.
Now, uh, we there's a potential me and Ace may go chasing. Yeah, I mean, if it happens, but and I tried starting a documentary thing today. Like first few clips, I'm just a few days out to like start out off the documentary if it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. It's mostly I've already gotten all the things out.
Yep, and we're running up on 30 minutes, so I'm gonna try to get
Yeah,
it right at that. So, uh, thank you, Tyler, for being part of the stream. Hopefully, we can do it again. And thank y'all guys for watching. And stay tuned for more updates. See y'all in the next video.